Hello and welcome to a pretty long episode of my Life After Neymar series. This is episode number 14, and in this episode we'll be wrapping up season number 1. And as you can see in the table, we're right there in 5th. Not likely to have a shot at that title this season, but that's okay. Obviously, we're trying to build a squad for the future using our youth system, so that obviously takes time. But we're going to go into this first game. Didn't do so well in the last episode. Lost 2 games, especially the last one. We lost at Ponte Preta 2-0. I believe Ponte Preta is 18th. And that was a home game, so not really the type of game we should be losing. But yeah, we're playing against Bahia here. A very nice little string of passes. Cruziero almost gets his first goal for the club, but instead it's Leo Cittadini, with a pretty comical finish there. He just walked it into the net. Cruziero almost finished that. Couldn't quite do it though. Hits the bar, bounces right to Cittadini, and kind of fans on it with the left foot, but it went in anyway, so not too concerned about that. Good to get a goal, especially the way we played in the last episode. I don't know what it was, just team wasn't playing very well. I couldn't score, couldn't do anything right, really. Sometimes that just happens. Free kick here for Bahia right after we scored. Cross in, Neto clears it away, but not all the way out. Bahia maintained possession. Miranda here. He's going to play an over-the-top ball to Fernandao, who heads it by Miguel, our goalkeeper, in the 26th minute. So we are level at this point, 1-1. However, 42nd minute here, Cittadini playing to Cruziero. Everton Costa with it here, and he's going to play it all the way over to Cruziero, but well out of his range there to pick it up. Omar, of course, the Bahia goalkeeper. I picked him up in my 1860 Munich career mode last year. He ended up doing very well. He grew quite a bit too, but Victor Andrade trying to make something happen here. Some skill here right at the end of half number 1. Here's Pablo Rivera. I believe he's the lowest rated player on my team, and he plays fairly well, I guess. He's a decent player, pretty big. But Garcia here, cutting inside. He's going to play a ball to Andrade right here. Andrade is going to play to Cittadini. He'll play it back to Andrade. Andrade gets a shot away, and he finishes into the corner there. 45th minute, stoppage time of the first half. And we go up 2-1 there. It was 2-1 at halftime, and then Victor Andrade on the ball again. 10 minutes into the second half, cuts inside, gets it on the right foot, and scores a second. Gets his brace in the 56th minute. Had some opportunities to get a third, never quite did it though, but a very, very good game for him, scoring a pair in this game. We really needed a big win, and this was a pretty big win, especially the way we played in our last game. Fernandao trying to get his second to try and bring his team closer, but it is headed wide, and Miguel takes the goal kick here. Excuse me there. Something that I was going to say, obviously, this episode will take us to the beginning of Season 2, and it's quite long, like I said. So, something I was thinking of for Episode 15, the beginning of Season 2, something I was thinking about. I kind of want to play the friendlies, and I don't think I did that for this first season. I can't remember off the top of my head if I did or not, if I just simmed them. I should probably know that, but we won this game 3-1. Looking at the youth squad right here to bring up some players, but what I was going to say, I kind of want to play with the team in the friendlies just to get used to it. And if that's something that, if you watch this, I know there's not tons of people watching it, but if you watch this and that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments, because I don't want to do it and then have someone say, oh, that's stupid, why are you playing the friendlies? So if you'd like to see that, let me know. But here, our second game of this episode against Cruziero. These last 2 games, Cruziero was in second. And our last game is against Flamengo, and Flamengo is leading the league. So obviously, excuse me, Cruziero, top of the league, in second. Flamengo, top of the table. So obviously, we really want to play well, even though we probably aren't going to win the title. Edu Dretsena, some horrible defending here. He goes to cover the guy on the wing, and Garcia left the spot in the middle. He wouldn't have been able to do much about it there, but Cruziero gets a goal right there, and then 44th minute, we pick up the ball. Aruca on it here. Plays to Henne Jr. He's going to find Pedro Castro, trying to mount some sort of an attack. We didn't really have a whole lot of opportunities, but Cruziero right here tries to cut back in, and right as he's about to shoot, he loses possession. We would go into halftime 1-0 there to Cruziero. I almost said to Cicero, but big opportunity here in the 87th. Willian Jose gets by the defense and blasts this one right over the goal because that center back that's on him there is kind of trying to. I don't know what happened there. I didn't even push the shot button that hard. Willian Jose just blasts it over the goal, and Fabio never even gets tested, but gonna keep it going here. Hanatu Abreu on the ball. He finds Henne Jr. Willian Jose holds up play, and he's gonna try and find Leandrinho, who then finds Henne Jr. Cuts inside, and he fires a shot to the corner. And I'm suddenly not too mad about Willian Jose missing that shot because we get our equalizer. This is an away fixture as well, so pretty good for us to get a 1-1 draw against the second-place team, especially the way we played in the last episode. Did have an opportunity at the end of the game to even come away with all 3 points, but Fabio catches the cross. Not too dangerous to them right there, and Fabio doesn't even get a chance to clear it. 1-1 at full time against Cruziero. Martinuccio scoring for them, and Henne Jr. scoring for us. Now, coming into the last game of the year, Leo sits down with me at 38 years old, says, talked with my family, and I've decided this is the last game of my professional football career, and I'd like to start the game. So definitely going to give him the captain's armband. I know he's played overseas. I can't remember exactly for who, but and I know he's played for the Brazilian national team a few times, so he will be wrapping up his career in this next game against Flamengo. So that will be that. And I'm getting a few international management offers. If you'd like to see me maybe take on something like that in future episodes, let me know. Or else I'm not going to bother with it just because, I don't know, I've already got all these games. So yeah, the last game of this episode is Santos against Flamengo. This is at home as well, so Leo will get to play his final game in front of a home crowd. He's got the captain's armband on as well for this game. He didn't walk out first. I don't know why. I noticed that in the walkout, but there he is. They were talking about him playing his last game. Just hoping for a good performance. Really wanted to send him out with a win. But first half, not a whole lot going on. We did get threatened a little bit. We were threatening them. 67th minute, though, here. Cicero to Aruca. Aruca's going to fake shot, cut inside, and look who he finds right on the edge of the area. That's very rare that you get goals with the left and right back, at least for me anyway. Excuse me, but a great finish there from Leo. Of course, in his last game, you can't ask for much more than that. Especially as a defender, getting a goal in your last game, that's great. Especially against a top team like Flamengo. So he'll make way in the 76th minute, I believe, ending his career. Just thought I would show that. 76th minute right there. Caldera comes on to replace him. And he'll take his spot on the bench, gets a well-deserved rest after his final game, scoring a goal. Very nice goal, very nice finish. Elias with the long ball here for Flamengo, and we would mount a counterattack here. Marcos Assunção does what he is very good at, and that's passing, and he plays a very nice through ball to Cicero, takes a touch, and then shoots this one to the far corner. 80th minute goal. We knew we had to seal this victory for our retiring player, and we did just that. Cruziero makes it 2-0 in the 80th minute, and that would be that. We would win this game 2-0, and they're kind of passing it around here. We couldn't move up the table going into this game any further, at least I don't think. We could have. No, we couldn't have, actually. We finished 5th because of goal differential. Corinthians was 3rd. Atletico Mineiro, I think, was 4th. And we all had the same amount of points, but those two teams both had a better goal differential than we did. Corinthians was scoring a lot of goals this season. They do have Alexandre Pato, of course, who is pretty dangerous on this game. So that would be it for Season 1. Santos 2, Flamengo 0, a great home win to end things in the first season of my life after Neymar. Manager mode here, so Santos coming away with a really good win. A lot of scouting reports. I show almost all of them in here in this episode because there was a lot going on in the off season, of course, after the season ended, obviously. Scouting report from Mexico, didn't sign anyone from this one here. Looking for some players from different parts of the world. I think that'll be cool. That's kind of what I'm going to start doing a little bit more, I think. Obviously, we're going to be plucking most of our players from Brazil and a few from the surrounding areas in South America. But do want to mix things up. I think it'll be cool to make a team kind of a little more global, maybe sell them on later on, or whatever. Japanese scouting report. We did sign Noguchi here, and that would be all on that scouting report. So we will end our season, and they will tell us how we did, what they thought of our performance. Obviously, they wanted us to win the league, which I think was pretty kind of a lofty goal, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But they were cool with our performance in the Cup, which is strange because we didn't win a game in the Cup. But Youth Squad Monthly Report here. This is after the season ended, and if you didn't see it, our budget is $18 million US for transfers, so I decided I was going to go out and buy a former Santos player. A player who is towards the end of his career, but you know, it's definitely still has quite a bit to offer, and I think he'd fit into our team pretty well. He's played for Santos for a little while. No, it's been a little while since he's played there, but he kind of got brought up, if I recall correctly. And I'm talking about Robinho, and I wanted to get him just because I've always really liked him. And he never really became what people thought he was going to become. I remember he was at Manchester City before they had all the money and all the superstars there, but I've seen him play a ton of times, and he's always super entertaining to watch. So he's also playing at Milan, my favorite club, so I decided I would go out and buy him. I knew he wouldn't be very expensive because he's 30 years old now in this career mode, so I decided I would go out, pick up Robinho right here. Well, he's 29. He turns 30 after a little while after I get him, so he'll be a good add to the team. I think, you know, that we'll have him until he retires. We'll get his regenerated player, so it'll be fun to play with him, and he's not too expensive as well. So we decided to make an offer, and Milan accept that offer. We brought up a few youth players as well, so we were going to go into contract negotiations with the Brazilian striker here. We offer him a little bit more money. Actually, I don't think we did on this offer. We had to go and offer him a few different contracts just to make sure he'd sign with the team. That one didn't go through, but here's some sending some scouts out on our scouting network here. We go to, I believe our first one was to Ecuador, looking for defensive players, and I believe the second one, I sent the second one to, was Paraguay, to look for an attacker, hopefully a striker, because I'm not too sure how Hugo is going to be in the future. He didn't play too well towards the end of last season. he doesn't even play very well, period, because dribbling with him, trying to turn with him, it's like moving a school bus in a hallway. It's pretty difficult. Another scout report here from Mexico. Finding a few more players here. We signed Vicente Lovato. Potential 67 to 91, overall 44, 58. So we can get him in the youth academy, sign another player. That would be that for this month. Eventually, Rubinho would accept a contract for 2 years, $100,000 a week. A lot more than what the initial offers were, but I really wanted to sign him. Plus, I mean, I just wanted to have him on the team. Plus, we're not going to need a whole ton of money anyway, considering I'm going to sell guys like Ribeiro here. Thiago Ribeiro, not a player I like playing with at all. We sell him to Real Sociedad. He really wanted out at the club. And once the transfer window opened and it turned January, Diogo Negrão turned 16. He looks like such a promising young goalkeeper that we had to pick him up right there at the age of 16. He's definitely going to be playing as our starting goalkeeper probably by the time he's 18. Some more scouting updates here. Yeah, not much in the first scouting report from Ecuador. We did sign a player, Manolo Reina, right there. Just getting some players in our youth academy. A couple other scouting updates. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I mean, if you're watching this and you like watching this and you want to see the friendlies be played, then let me know, because if no one says anything, then I'm not going to bother doing them. I might just play them while I'm not recording or something, but I want to get used to these new players that I have. I do have quite a few players. Some players came back in from loan, some players went out. So we'll see how the team plays. I'll play those friendlies, either record them and do an episode for it, or I won't even bother. But let me know if you want to see that. That's the final squad report of the episode, so squad report here to end this episode for the beginning of season number 2. Gonzalo Miguel has an overall of 55. Douglas has an overall of 64 when it goes to him here. Okay. I must have waited a little while. We do have a player retiring at the end of the year as well. Douglas, 64. Michael Jansch, 52. Edu Dratsena is 73, and he's retiring at the end of the year. Angel Garcia, probably replacing Leao, 60 overall. Leao Izquierdo, 59 overall. Aruca, 78 overall. Cicero, 73 overall. Pedro Castro, 69 overall. Victor Andrade, 69 overall. Everton Costa, 72 overall. Diogo Negrão, 61. Ignacio Guardados, 46 overall, just signed him. Eulogio Madeira, 49 overall. Alfonso Caldera, 55 overall. Renato Abreu, 70 overall. Gabriel, 68 overall. Cicinho, 71 overall. Hugo Morales, 57 overall. Leao Cittadini, 65. Milton, 68 overall. Leandrinho, 72 overall. Bruno Perez, 74 overall. Nobuhito Takashita, 55 overall. And check this out on this guy. 5-star weak foot, 1-star skills. That's cool. Probably not going to use him much at all. Alfonso Vaz, 54 overall. Just signed him. Pablo Rivera, 41 overall. Donny Barrera, 54 overall. Pedro Reyes, 51 overall. Camilo Dominguez, 48 overall. Rui Pauleta, 53 overall. Eugenio Mena, 71 overall. He's still on loan to us. Penne Jr., 71 overall. Neto, 66 overall. Willian Jose, 72 overall. David Broads, 70 overall. Felipe, 70 overall. Probably our starting goalkeeper. Rubinho, 75 overall. Just a few more players here. Joel Pedro, 69 overall. He's on loan at Estoril still. Patricio Rodriguez, 79 overall. He's on loan at Estudiantes. And that is it for the squad report. That is all for this super long 14th episode of my Life After Neymar Manager Mode. Let me know if you want to see the friendlies. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.